All right. And while I tell you the story, you're going to take some notes. You can take your notes in English, or in Spanish, or in Spanglish.
What's that?
What? What do you mean, what's
English
that?
Spanish into one, I think.
Spanish, English. Spanglish. You know how sometimes people like, I don't know, you know how when people write, sometimes like handwrite, they have like a mixture of like cursive and printing? I'll show you an example. Okay, so this is how I write sometimes. This is off topic now, you're distracting me. So sometimes I'll be like, hello. Do you see how it's a mixture of like printing and cursive? Where some of it's connected and some of it's separate? That's what Spanglish is like. Sometimes you know the word and you understand it in English, and sometimes you know the Spanish word really well, and sometimes you put it together. Like, let's see, who can I pick on?
You can pick on me. You were chosen.
Spanglish. Spanglish. Spanish, English. You understand what it's saying, right?
Yeah.
See? Spanglish. Anyway, so my point is, you can take notes in any of those three options as long as you understand your notes. Got it?
English.
Okay, open to a new page in your notebook. Without talking. No talking. Please turn your voices off. You're going to listen. Your first section that you're going to take notes on, as I tell you the story, is titled Personajes. And personajes are characters. Okay? There's going to be 3 columns here. Your second item you're going to take notes on is el escenario, which is the setting. And I'll explain more in a second once I get this set up. And then the last one is los eventos, which are the events that take place in the story. So go ahead and get your page set up and organized. And while you do that, you should put in your notes, you should not just write the English. Why?
Is this a Spanish class?
Yes, it's a Spanish class. And why do you think I'm giving you the Spanish words?
So you can learn them.
So you can start learning them. So you can start understanding them. I put the English there so you can make sure you know what it means. But in your notes, you'll have now the Spanish and the English. So in the future, when I say the word personaje, you're going to remember, oh yeah, that's characters, because we wrote that down. Okay?
Sounds like person.
Right, it is like a person, but it's a person in a story. It's not real. So as I tell you the story, if I introduce a character or tell you a character, you will go to the personajes, the characters column, and you will write down the character's name. So let's pretend here, while you're still getting your notes ready, don't write what I'm going to put on here down, because I'm going to make things up. Let's pretend I'm telling you a story about Aaron. So Aaron is the character in the story, so I'm going to write his name down. Okay? You're not writing this. This is just, that's not what the story's about. So don't write it down. This is just an example. So we're going to write Aaron's name down, but that's not going to help us remember everything if all we ever do is write his name. But in the story, maybe I tell you that Aaron loves candy. So maybe you'll make a little note that he loves candy. Maybe you'll make a note that he eats children.
That's perfect.
Maybe you'll write a note down that he's 97 years old. Maybe you'll write a note down, that's how he lived to be so long. Maybe you'll write a note down that he's actually a wizard. But do you think that when I tell you the story, I'm going to say, Aaron loves candy, eats kids, 97 years old, wizard.
Yes.
No. That's not how anyone tells stories.
I'm 97 years old.
I might say, once upon a time, there was a interesting person named Aaron. Aaron was 97 years old, but he had a terrible secret. The reason why he's lived so long is because he eats children. He loves candy, but he knows that that's not good for his health. But the children that he eats provides all the vitamins he needs. Okay, but do you see how, like, when someone tells it as a story, it's not going to be like a list of information,
Yes.
but you're just taking notes on the important info so you can write it just as a list of information. Okay? So when we talk about the setting, what is the setting? Like in English, what kinds of things might you write down there? Adavian?
Like if it's sunny or like where they are.
Yeah, so where they are, that could be part of it. So if they're at a house, or maybe Aaron lives in a cabin,
A cave. In a basement. A cave.
so maybe he lives in his cabin in the woods.
Cave. In his basement. What the cabin woods.
So maybe he lives in a cabin in the woods. Maybe the story that I'm telling you about, because maybe he's like hunting down a child who's trying to run from him in the woods. Sorry, Aaron, I don't know where this is going, but here we go. Maybe it's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's part of the setting, telling you when it took place. And maybe it's windy and rainy.
And there's this tornado coming straight towards us. No, it is not.
So, again, when I'm telling a story, I'm not going to say, Aaron was in his cabin in the woods at 3 a.m. and it was windy and raining. I would tell more details about it, but in your notes, you're just taking down the important info. And then the events, you're going to give me like a summary of what happened. So maybe first, Aaron was hungry. Second, he heard voices. Third, he saw the kids. Fourth, he chased them. And fifth, he ate them. But that's the events. Again, you're just summarizing the main info. You're not writing every word down. You're not writing every sentence down, just the main ideas. Got it? But I'm going to be telling you the story in Spanish. So that's why maybe it'll be easier sometimes for you to put a Spanish word down because you just heard me say the Spanish word. English, Spanish, Spanglish, doesn't matter to me. I am going to come around and grade your notes when we're done. So you need to make sure that you're taking notes in all 3 sections. Got it?
Got it. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Scared.
But I need you to stop talking and making noises and blurting things out. Because then we'll never finish the story. El personaje principal. What is a personaje? What is a personaje? A character. What do you think el personaje principal means? It's not a principal. The character is not a principal. McKenna?
A prince?
No, it has nothing to do with like royalty or anything like that. Anyone have another thought of what it might mean? Addie? Your voices are off unless I've called on you.
Yeah, I didn't get that right. I thought it was a friend.
Okay. What if I said el personaje importante?
President? No, it's in for government.
Stop talking. Your thinking happens inside your brain, not out your voice. Spencer?
It's just
this here?
Important. Important person.
Important, not person,
Character.
character. When you're telling a story, what do you call the important character? The main character. That's what personaje principal means. So I'm going to tell you about el personaje principal. So what section are you going to be writing your notes down in? In the character section. El personaje principal se llama Bo. Bo. Bo es un muchacho. You can draw pictures in yours if you want in your notes. If you want, you don't have to. Bo es un muchacho. Bo tiene 16 años. What does that mean about him? He's 16 years old. Tiene 16 años. Where should all this information go? In the character column of your notes.
Do we put it under Bo? Like where he's 16?
Organize it however it makes sense for you. And I right now I'm telling you only things about Bo. Okay? Bo tiene 16 años. Y Bo vive con su familia. Vive con su familia. What do you think that means?
He lives with his family.
He lives with his family. Vive con su familia. En la escuela, Bo es muy popular. Es muy popular en la escuela. Pero en la casa no es popular. En la casa con su familia no es popular. So what do we know about Bo here? Levanta la mano. Raise your hand if you can tell us something about Bo. Spencer?
He's not popular in his family.
He's not popular at home with his family. What else? Spencer?
He's popular outside of his house.
Specifically where? La escuela?
Where they know him.
What is la escuela? School. So he's popular at school, he's not popular at home, he's 16 years old, and he... Spencer?
Lives with his
And he
family.
lives with his family. Gracias, Spencer. You are. Okay. Bo piensa. Bo piensa. What does piensa mean? Bo piensa. Yo estoy muy triste. Porque no soy popular en la casa. Why does he say that? Spencer?
Because he's not popular in his family.
Yeah, he's not popular at home. That makes me sad. All right. There's your background information all about Bo before we start the real story. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Un día, Bo está en la casa. Oops, I don't know why his house has 2 doors. Never mind, let me fix that.
He's rich.
familia está a la mesa. You'll understand in a moment. Let me draw more for you.
Okay. Is that like a flipped over table?
See.
No, it looks like his garage.
Oh, it's a table.
Flipped over a table.
It's a table.
Oh, yeah, it's a table.
Bo está a la mesa. Y su familia está a la mesa. Su mamá. Oh my. Su mamá.
Oh, that's not.
Y su hermano. Hermano en inglés. ¿Very bien? His brother. Su hermano. Y su abuelo.
Sister.
Abuelo en inglés. Addie? Sí, su abuelo está a la mesa. Y
He's bald. Oh, did she? You don't have.
y where should you be taking some notes down? The setting. Where are they? That's what you should add a couple notes on if you haven't done that yet.
Wait, what should the notes be?
Where are they?
So I'm home.
Uh-huh.
So I should put that down.
Uh-huh. And specifically, where are they at?
At a table.
At the table. So you could add that.
Flipped over table.
Don't put flipped over table. Don't judge the story on my drawing. Anyway, Y el perro.
No, he doesn't have one.
Okay. Now,
And there's a dog over there. Oh, that's a cool dog. I like that dog.
can we add to another section?
Yes, we can add to like the persons.
We can add to the characters, right? Family and dog. They're also part of the story. So you might want to you could just put family plus dog.
And that's
Under the
his
character
uncle or
section.
his grandpa?
Grandpa. See. Okay, continuing on. So I would also maybe put down event number 1, like the first event. Bo is at the table with his family. That's the first part of the story. That's how it starts.
That's an event.
That's the first event, saying where they are. They're at the table. Now let me just take a moment to draw some beautiful things here on the table while you write.
It's a bull.
Oh, I see now. I see it.
Oh, that's
I see
That's
it.
a big loaf of bread. Yeah.
I see it now.
Wait,
Soup.
is that
Tomato soup. It's tomato soup.
No, it's
guys.
children.
No, it's tomato soup.
No, it's chili.
It's chili. Chili is not brown. Chili is brown.
You want
Look at
to-
it.
It's human ketchup.
No, it's
It's blood.
huge.
Ketchup.
Jacob.
Yeah, that's
Jacob. We all put him in a blender.
Oh yeah, that was kind of let me see my toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's my toes.
Eat it all.
It's meatballs.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
That's
meatballs.
blood. That's spaghetti.
Okay.
That's your choice. You're really gonna draw it. That's actually good.
Gracias. Okay, I appreciate your guesses. Some of you are right, some of you are really wrong. Also, I'm going to say something here because I don't want any of you to accidentally become party poopers like someone yesterday did. So don't be a party pooper. I'll warn you now. If you have any idea where this story is going or what it's about, don't say anything. Pretend you have no idea what I'm talking about. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, perfect. Okay. Bo. Tiene sopa. Sopa en inglés? Okay, piensa clase. Bo come soap. Piensa. Sopa en inglés, Ryan? Ryan. Soup. Bo tiene sopa. Y la sopa es terrible. La sopa tiene blub, 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 burbujas. Blub, 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 blub. It has, sí. Y Bo mira la sopa y piensa, ¡qué asco! Yo no quiero comer la sopa. He doesn't want what with the soup? Comer? What is comer? Come. He doesn't want to eat the soup. No quiere comer la sopa.
Does he not like
He-
soup?
Bo piensa, oh, es terrible. No quiero comer la sopa. Y Bo mira el pan. ¿Pan en inglés?
Bread.
Sí, mira el pan y Bo piensa, ¡qué delicioso! Me encanta el pan. How does he feel about bread? He loves it.
Let's go soup.
Y Bo le pregunta a su mamá, mamá, ¿me pasas el pan? ¿Me pasas el pan? What's he asking his mom?
He passes me.
¿Me pasas el pan? Y su mamá le responde, no. Y Bo piensa, estoy triste porque mi mamá no me pasa el pan.
Then he has to get up again.
So what does he think? He thinks he's sad because why?
His mom won't give him food.
His mom will give him what specifically?
Bread.
Bread! Alright,
Got it.
I'm going to go to the next scene, but you should probably add a couple notes about events, about what happened here.
So his mom's not.
Your voices are off. Reflect on the picture, think about what we talked about, and just add a couple of events. So they're sitting at the table, then what happened after that? Don't tell me, write it down. Also, I love my dog, thank you very much.
My dog looks like a mouse.
You know what I would appreciate? Us respecting the rules of one person speaks and the others listen. No one has permission to talk except for me. I'm giving you a moment to take notes. You should take that. Did anyone add anything about Bo and their information about what he loves? Carson?
He loves bread.
He loves bread, so you could add that to your character column when you wrote about Bo. Spencer?
In events.
Oh, hold on, we're not gonna talk about the events yet. We're gonna save that till the end. Save that thought. Alright, can I move on to the next scene?
Are they just writing events?
What? Yes, but there's more events to come. Alright, Bo está enojado. Y Bo se levanta y sale de la casa. Adiós, familia. Bo sale de la casa. Y Bo va
That's a big sign. That's actually cool.
Bo va a un restaurante. Bo va al restaurante con amigos. Amiga, amigo, amiga, amigo. Oops. Okay, silencio, clase. Escuchen. Porque Bo es popular en la escuela con amigos. Bo y los amigos entran en el restaurante. Y Bo quiere pan. He wants sí. Pero hay un problema. Es un restaurante mexicano. Y el restaurante tiene chips y salsa. El restaurante tiene tacos. El restaurante tiene quesadillas. El restaurante tiene guacamole. Pero el restaurante no tiene pan. No tiene pan. Y Bo piensa, este restaurante es ridículo. He thinks it's sí. Los amigos quieren pan. Necesitan pan. Entonces, los amigos van a otro restaurante. They go to sí. All right. Could we add to our settings column?
Yes.
Yes. So go ahead and add that. Because where did they go? Don't tell me. Write it down.
Okay.
Could we add to our events column?
Yes.
Yes. Tell me what happened when they got here. Could we add to our characters column?
Yes.
Friends. Yes. So go ahead and do that. That's the end of the story. I don't know if they ever get read or not. Sorry.
No.
Now, would you? Here's the question. If you were writing the end of the story, would you let Bo finally get his bread?
No.
Or would you torture him forever? Oh. Alright, here's the dealio. I'm going to come around and check your notes to make sure you filled in all the info you needed. It's okay if you don't have every single thing I might write or every single thing that someone else wrote, as long as you have the main things. I'm going to mark your page with a smelly marker. We'll see what scent you end up with. They ended up with cherry yesterday. We'll see what yours is. If I mark your page with like a smiley face or a star, that means you get 100% on your notes. If I have to circle something because you're like missing something, you'll lose a point or two, but not a huge deal, okay?
How much is that on our grade?
Well, it's the first grade of fourth quarter, so it's everything right now.
Oh, that's.
So I'm gonna come around and check them. If you are watching this online, you need to send me a picture of your notes, or you need to, like Sophia, you need to bring them and show me when you're back. And then we'll play Game Kit once I come and check your notes. So, online people, send send me a picture of your notes. Adios.